because you'll be 0-0, and then you can feel great after a spring game. I don't know if it's a great predictor for how you're going to be during the course of the season. A lot of guys have an opportunity to play. Some guys in spots they practice a lot. Some in places they haven't practiced a whole lot. And so, as much as anything, I want to see guys run around, have an opportunity for some of these guys, first college football game in a lot of ways, in front of a crowd. And, we want to see those guys have an opportunity to respond in some of those moments. So try to limit as best we can in terms of what we're asking them to do. But hopefully play hard, play fast, and finish up the right way from an effort standpoint.
What do you feel like you've accomplished in terms of this game this spring?
Yeah, we got a lot of it in, and we take a lot of pride in that. We've always taken the approach of putting really all of it in as fast as we possibly can, which gives you a chance to continue to rep it. It doesn't. Our theory has been it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to feel or make these guys feel real comfortable in January and then even more comfortable in February when they're playing games for months. So we really try to stress these guys mentally before we get to the grass. And then when spring ball comes around, now all of a sudden you got the added element of both the mental and the physical. We try to stress them again that way. We don't ever hit the pause button. We never slow down. We want urgency in the meeting. We want that an individual in the meeting, whether it's young or older, right now, they're all sitting up straight in the meeting with a pen out. I better pay attention to everything because they're throwing the book at me. So, and then from an install standpoint, very, very comfortable with what we've got in and the ability to execute. It's hard to find 2 plays in a row of 11 guys doing the right thing. So that's the reality of it. But we're also a little bit accepting because we got a lot of time to correct that piece of it. The guys are running around playing ball.
You guys are going to be pretty active in the portal after Saturday. What are the prereqs, traits-wise, you're going to look for when you bring in new players?
Yeah, there's a lot of individuals that want to be USC Trojans, so it's not just bringing in bodies to fill a roster. There's days out here when you're down numbers where you can give anything for bodies, but obviously that's not the standard. So the biggest thing is making sure that they, from an upgrade standpoint, whether it's speed, obviously number one, size, would be a 1A, or the individual that's going to be able to produce this fall, so the ability to pick up scheme and those things, and have they played college football before? If they haven't, they probably better off waiting until January in terms of getting another young guy type of things that they can't do this fall. So I think all those things kind of go into how many years ago we had left. There's not a position on defense where we wouldn't entertain the opportunity, minimum in the competition, and in other scenarios, an opportunity to see the field right away. So we'll look at all those things, but certainly it's an opportunity that wasn't presented to us in years past. So we'll be active.
How much do you feel like the extra reps for the cornerbacks in that kind of thin room and help them this spring?
Well, I think long term, without question, to keep the long game in mind, which as a coach is sometimes very difficult to do. You want to be a success. You want to walk off the practice field, feel like you're going in the right direction. There's moments over the course of the day where maybe you're not, and then you look at the rep count of an individual. Good Lord, I can play here every snap at 77. An individual play corner, safety, nickel, all the same practice. How'd you think we were going to do it? So I think long term, I think big picture, I think it's extremely valuable. We got through 14 days and felt like in the 15th, obviously, come Saturday, there's be a little bit of that as well in terms of guys having to take those spots and be a chance to evaluate it. And I think long term, without question, I think there's
Do one more.
How have the quarterbacks handled some of the uncomfortable situations maybe you've been able to throw at them over the course of spring?
The quarterbacks?
Quarterbacks, yeah, just curious, your
They're
impression.
struggling big time. No, they've it's an elite group. You get the opportunity as every single day to go against our offense. There's nothing we don't see. It's we've been, you go through 20 years of coaching. There's situations maybe in the past where you may not see something until you get into the season because your offense only gives you X, Y, and Z. When we get A, B, and C through Z, different personnel groupings, obviously whether it's quarterback run, tempo, motions, and then you got the ability of these quarterbacks to make you pay for having good coverage, for instance. And so you never feel like you surprise him because he's got the greatest get out of jail free card ever because he can extend the play. And so, believe me, until that whistle blows, you don't feel like you're winning the down with some of those guys. And so, no, they stress us a lot, which is, again, long game, long picture, a big picture that we try to convince ourselves it's a good thing, but some frustrating days for sure.
Thank you, Coach Grinch.